Well, it's day 367 in the Warriors of Winds Guild, and our newest member, Rosefall, is out exploring the Traders Guild headquarters that we just kind of happened upon while we were turning in some bounties last time, and getting some information here to find out if we need to bring in our clandestine service guys to abduct a couple people, or if we're going to have to come in here with the army later on. So right now it's just a little information gathering. We're looking in some of these different buildings and seeing what kind of stuff they have to deal with. Certainly a lot of soldiers here, I'll say. But so far we're just checking out the bank, and looks like we have something here to sell slaves. I don't think I'm going to venture into the main headquarters with Rosefall, as I don't want to tip them off that we're here and we're looking at them. Because we've already had some run-ins with the Traders Guilds, if you might remember from episodes past. We paid a hefty 100,000 cats to get back in good relations with the Traders Guild, mostly just so we don't run into problems with their allies, the United Cities. So we're trying to keep in good standing, though we do want to eventually get rid of the Slavers Guild and the Traders Guild, which kind of work together, and just get rid of them from the entire land, wherever we might find them. But we're going to not hit this headquarters here until probably near the end, as I know a couple of people that if you tag them or get them, assassinate them or take them out, that the faction will permanently be angry at you, and there won't be any way to repair that with a diplomat or whatever else. So we went ahead and we bought up all the slaves that were available for sale here, and it looks like a couple of them are out of their cages without their shackles on, but the other ones seem to be kind of just standing there with shackles on, kind of in a catatonic state. Might have to help them get their chains off and take them downstairs. I'm not sure if they're going to follow me or not. Maybe only 2 of them so far are willing to follow me. So we'll go and work on that here, probably a little bit off camera too. And then we need to go see if there's any other interesting buildings here in town too that we can check out for potential loot spots. One thing I found is I have to pick these guys up and then pull off their shackles. There's not a automatic loot button there, even though they're allied to me now. I also noticed that when I bought all these prisoners, I became allied with the Outlaws faction, which is interesting, because I've probably bought enough of their bounties from United Cities and elsewhere, where now they are allies with me, because I think every time you buy a prisoner, you get a couple faction points. So that should be interesting. I'll have to check that out later on the faction relations menu. But so far we got everybody outside. Meanwhile, back over in the border zone, our little patrol of Sheks last time got those crabs from the tower in the Grey Desert, and they're on the way to the hub and Peak Top Forge, and then they're going to go ahead and head down to Squin, where these guys that are helping will occupy that city. Alright, so we got all our slaves down. Rosefall's down there with them, and it looks like these guys are not going to follow me. They're just kind of in a daze. So we'll leave them there, but we will go ahead and take the 2 that do seem to be interested in leaving the city with me. And what does this guy say? Say, great, I smell a gorilla looking to trade. Interesting. So let's see who this is here. Oh, Harmathy. There's actually a song about Harmathy in Kenshi. This kind of interesting. It's over in the Holy Nation, actually, about her being a slave. So if this is the same Harmathy, I guess she was held as a slave and killed some Holy Nation's upper leadership to basically get out of the whole thing. Anyway, let's see what you got here real quick. I could say you got a problem with me, but if I remember right, she doesn't like men very much, which is, I guess, understandable with her history. We'll go ahead and buy some food from Harmathy, though, and maybe that will help our factions out a little bit. She's part of the Free Traders, so probably the same Harmathy from the song. Whoa! Well, did you see that? I didn't click attack or anything. I wonder if double-clicking automatically makes you attack or something, because that was weird. Definitely didn't want to take a swing at my own slave, but I'm glad I didn't hit him. I stopped myself before I did. Come back here. I'm not trying to hurt you. I just need to pick you up so I can give you some food. We bought these nice sandwiches, or food cubes, rather, and you're going to have one. As you're probably just going to sit there in a catatonic state with your other clansmen. Oh no, I think that's actually one of the ones that was going to follow me. What do we got here? We got Stinks on the other one, and let's go ahead and give Lung Rot, nice name. Another mother who did not like her kids very much. Stinks and Lung Rot. Some great kid names. Anyway, they're going to follow me, it looks like. So hopefully we'll give them some freedom and give them a new start on life, as they all look like they have the very base level beginner stats, so kind of 1 or 0 on all their stats. So we got their main headquarters, which, like I was saying, I'm not going to go up and look in because I don't want to tip them off, basically. But we know that one of their leaders is going to be in there. Looks like we have another building here, and those look like United Cities Samurai Guard, so we need to be a little careful. There's a free trader there. Interesting. So we got free traders and the Traders Guild kind of mingling with each other. I thought they would kind of be at odds with each other, but I guess not. But we are allies with the free traders. We're just tentatively getting along with the Traders Guild and the slavers until we can figure out how to take them out. All right, so we're just outside of Trader's Edge in Heng now, across the bridge. Looks like we got some kind of bandit camp out there too. But let's go ahead and head back over to Heng, over the bridge here, and get out of the enemy faction area. All right, meanwhile, looks like we have some battles going on here with our Shek. As these guys are being attacked, looks like, by dust bandits, as we're trying to get our crabs back to the city. So we just kind of fell into them, which is pretty common over in the area of Peaktop Forge and the hub. Get lots of dust bandits, lots of starving bandits, but this shouldn't be any problem, as we have good armor and we're good warriors, so just a couple of guys can take them out. And we dropped our crabs too for good measure, just to give them a little bit of combat experience too. We need to get them leveled up. Look, it looks like some gurus, wild gurus, are helping us fight the dust bandits, which is always nice. We keep pretty good relation with the guru, and I don't know why that is, but it seems like they always are helping us for the most part. It's been a couple of times where we've had big herds try to stomp us too, but we're usually far away from home. But yeah, I always try to heal up animals that help us too, so I don't know if there's good karma or something in this game, or secret faction points you get for healing up animals, but I'm usually pretty good to the animals. The only ones I'll slaughter for leather most of the time are like packs of goats. I'll take packs of goats out most of the time to get some leather going for crafting in Peaktop Forge and over in Green, the Green Keep. All right, let's see. These guys are a little hurt, so we'll go ahead and mend up the baby Garu, any of the Garu that got beat up. Send them back on their way, and then I guess we better pick our crabs back up and head over to Peaktop Forge. We're not that far away. We're pretty close. This is in pretty close proximity. I like their commentary on these Garu. Tora just sees these things as walking meat and leather. But nonetheless, we're still going to heal them up. All right, let's go and patch this one up here real quick. And we should be there pretty shortly. And then later in the episode, I'm going to take these, everybody but Tora, from our little guild, and not the crabs too, and stick them in Squin. I've got a couple houses already pre-built there, with farm, one rum making and chew sticks. We got a fuel, biofuel depot I want somebody to man, and some other stuff too in Squin that we're going to do in a little while when we get there. We'll patch his little baby up. All right, his legs are glued back on, and go back to your family. Yeah, they all look pretty good. Good health there. All right, we'll send them back out on their way, and let's continue. You can actually see Peaktop Forge and the hub from here. It's kind of interesting. We'll go ahead and scroll over here. I think I just want to move them down to the base and across the river. It's kind of a windy trail to get across this river, so it takes a little while to squirrel your way around all these rocks and hills. But we'll get there. And here's our poor allies that got lasered last time. We had hired these guys and they followed us, but in the desert. These big lasers in daytime that just came down and totally fried these two allies. So we patched them up as much as we can, but they're totally burned to a crisp for the most part. So they're hobbling after us. All right, back in Heng, I was just going to check out some of the shops here and see if there's any preliminary goods I want to get, maybe pick up for these two slaves I rescued. Got one of the nobles here from the United Cities. Fortunately, they didn't mess with me. A lot of times, these diplomatic status lords are dickheads, so you try to avoid them whenever possible. All right, so I have a mod, of course, here that kind of expands out shop items, but all these look pretty terrible. So I'm going to probably avoid buying weapons for now, and I'll just have to protect whoever sticks around, if anybody sticks around with me after I've rescued these 2 ex-slaves. And speaking of which, here comes Lungrot. And where's Stinks at? Where you at? There he is. Alright, cool. Let's get out of here. I think we're going to head back down south to the tower. With enough walking, these guys should be able to make up their mind if they want to join my faction, or if they want to go independently and choose their own destiny, as it is. Let's see. So hopefully they'll stay close. I'll just have to keep an eye back there, as probably a little bit faster than them at this point. There we go. I guess that was enough walking. Let's see what they say. So it looks like Stinks is going to go back home, and Lungrot's going to join us. So welcome aboard, Lungrot. Let's get you some gear here real quick. I got a backpack for you at least, and a little food. And don't worry, we all start from somewhere. You might have 0 or 1 stat right now, but with some training and some help from everybody else, we'll get you up to hero level in no time. Alright, there you go. Throw that in your backpack, and you shouldn't be encumbered. Look good. Alright, let's head back over to the tower. Welcome aboard. And I guess you'll be part of the Diplomat's Tower until we find a new outpost out east. Probably going to take Rosefall and some of the other new recruits, and they'll help populate whatever new city we take. I know we were considering last time maybe taking over Eye Socket or taking over the slave farm. Meanwhile, back over at the hub, our Master of Clandestine Services is going to gear up for a new mission. I want to go south and go to the Fish Isles as we want to recruit or see if we can capture some more alpha gurglers, or maybe better, and convert them over. We've already done it once. We have a alpha gurgler that's one of the residents down in our southern city of Wayfort. And it's worked out pretty good. Their stats are really good, I've noticed, and so I want to try to pick up some more. I'll also probably pick up a costume real quick here at the Clandestine Service Headquarters, just in case we need to go mess with the slavers. We can go in disguise. And then let's also grab some food too before we go, just so we'll have some for our trip. We don't have to stop anywhere else. We'll go and switch some of this out for food cubes, as they seem to be pretty efficient. And maybe Johan, let's see. 2 food cubes should work. Looks like we ate a little bit too, but that still gives us 3 more meals out of one of the these 2 food cubes. And we're going to head south. I guess we'll head towards the Berserker village. Eventually making our way all the way down to Wayfort, and then we're going to go east along the coast until we get to the Fish Isles with Lars. So we'll let him go Naruto style. Well, we are finally at the main pathway going up to the hub in Peaktop Forge, and looks like we are being chased by a whole shitload of dust bandits. What's new, right? They seem to really like this territory. Kind of blockading our path up to the hub and whatnot is sort of one of their favorite things to do. But they do make good training for all our guys, so we'll go ahead and send them into town here. I'm not worried about it. All of my Shek warriors are going to be just fine, and with all the people we have in Peaktop Forge and the hub, these guys are crazy to attack us here. So we'll go ahead and truck them back in here to town. I'm not going to stop till I get up there, and then we'll turn around and kill them. Alright, back in the desert, I just noticed here that my diplomat thing was flashing, and it looks like we have someone chasing us, unfortunately. I was hoping to get through the desert here back to the tower without incident, as it's just Rosefall who can really fight, as Lungrot doesn't have any skills at all. And unfortunately, it looks like this grass pirate is closing on us. It looks like a grass pirate. I think I'm going to go ahead and fight the grass pirate to let Lungrot escape, as she has no chance against this grass pirate, but I probably do. Might micromanage a little bit as my skills aren't super high. I got an attack of 23, defense of 32 plus 3, so my defense isn't bad, but my attack is not too great on this. Alright, back over here at the hub. We're getting close to the entrance, and I think we have some gunners up there on the wall at the rear entrance of the hub. We're going to go and swing around inside, and we'll let some of our other members help us when we get into fighting. There we go, we got some of them outside now. Crap, I'm not doing good here. Went back over to Rosefall to see how he is doing, and he's all beat up. Look at that. Looks like Longrot's got some distance between it. Run, Longrot, save yourself. Don't look back, as this could be ugly. I think what I'm going to do is patch up a little bit. I think the problem is I'm swinging this giant hacker, and its swing speed is a lot slower than the horse chopper that he's using. So I'm going to go to my secondary weapon, to my katana. And we'll do a little micromanaging here to see if we can catch back up. Ooh, ouch. He got me again on this fight. As this guy's been getting the drop on me. Got him there, though. Sliced him right in the gut. This might take a little bit. Let's go and patch up wherever we can. Let's avoid the chops that are coming in, and then we'll counterattack. Got him on the second one. Nice. We're starting to catch back up. I just wanted to patch up enough so we don't bleed out. But we're just losing a little bit of blood on our left leg, left arm, and stomach, it looks like. And he is head, arm, and right leg. Left arm, right leg. He's using a two-hander, though, and I'm using a one-hander, so I have an advantage there. As I only need one hand to use my sword, and he's got part of his arm damaged. Alright, this is going to take forever if I don't just let him go at it. Whoa, almost got me there. Oh yeah, faring much better here with the katana. Now he's got actually a defensive bonus on that horse chopper. Or it's not a horse chopper, is it? It's a hold saber. Looks kind of similar to a horse chopper, but yeah, it's got that little circle cut out of it. So those have, I don't remember exactly, I think a +4 or +6 bonus to defense. So it makes it a little bit tougher. I'm going to come over here and first aid myself up real quick. Looks like he's had enough. He's stopped too, and he's medicing himself up. Alright, we'll see who has the better medic skills here. I'm definitely winning. Look, he's got a -3 in medical skills, where mine's 26. That's actually pretty good. So I guess he might have been a medic when he was a blood raider. Let's go ahead and pick up my main hacker sword, and we'll head back over and see if we can get back to the tower. Pick it up. There we go. That's funny. I guess I won't fight with this grass pirate anymore if he's just going to give up and heal himself. It's not really going to help me too much out in the stats. Or not. I guess he didn't want to bodyguard. I was trying to bodyguard Longrot, but didn't work out. We're going to have to go back into combat. It looks like Longrot's being chased by something, or at least that threat of being under attack. So we're going to have to go help her here in a second. Let's go ahead and check out what the situation is over there. But I think we can get the drop on him now with the katana. Shit. There's 4 guys. Are these slavers too? I think they're slavers. Well, in any case, they want to kill Longrot. And she has no weapons or no skills. So we'll see if we can juke them real quick and keep them from hitting me. It looks like they're all winding up to slice me. But fortunately, I see a skimmer back there that was wanting to attack. So I'm going to try to run towards the skimmer and hopefully... Oh, look. The skimmer's fighting one of their brethren. So fortunately, we have a little bit of a distraction. How are we doing? Okay. We're still doing well. We're not in danger as far as Rosefall goes. Move. Don't stand there. What are you doing? Alright, we got hit in the arm, but it's not too bad. As long as it's not the leg. Come here, skimmer. Attack these guys behind me. Sweet. Man, we got lucky on that one. We took one guy out with a skimmer, and now one of his friends is going to get chomped on too. There's a tower in the distance. Let's go ahead and call out some of our other cloud ninjas from the tower, and they can come help hopefully catch up to Lung Rot before it's too late and they knock me out and carry me away as a slave. Hey, we won. Awesome. So Rosefall defeated the grass pirate, but he was leaving his sword behind. Now he's actually being a bodyguard. Go back and get your sword, and then you can go bodyguard. Lung Rot, she's far ahead of you right now. And we got backup coming in, so... Plus, that's a specialist weapon. You don't want to just leave that in the sand. I'm a little concerned about his ability to use the two-handed weapon, but I think in a group fight, it would be great. It's just not super wonderful for a one-on-one, as we were getting our butt handed to us. Yeah, he was using a hold saber, which has a +6 to defense. So it's not great. We're going to go and grab his med kit off him, and we'll heal him up because I want to turn him in for a bounty. He's worth 2,999 credits, I saw, which isn't a lot, but what I'm turning him in for is the faction points that you'll gain from the United Cities by turning in bounties. So it might actually be a good practice to get into hunting grass pirates and blood raiders out here and turning them into the United Cities whenever we get a chance. All right, looks like I got lucky again. We got a bone dog now that's been stirred up from the desert and is now chasing my attackers. So I'm going to slow them down real quick, get them to swing at me so the bone dogs can catch up and bite their butt. And so far it looks like, oh wow, there's like a couple of them back there too. So far it looks like we're getting pretty lucky. Nice, all right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and... Looks like the grass pirates are weak, so I'm going to go ahead and pick him up. I want to take this guy in, and I don't want him running away on me when I'm not looking. So I'll pick him up and we'll drop him, and I think that should make him unconscious again for another couple of seconds. The old body slam. And we probably need to grab his sword off him too here at some point. You've been body slammed, son. See that vertical he got? That would seriously hurt. Alright, so let's see here. Let's continue to first aid him up, as I don't want him dying on me. He's definitely worth more live as far as credits go, at least. Alright, Lung Rot, do not stand there, as you're not going to be able to defeat this guy with your 0 or 2 attack. As noble as it may be, it's better you let the bone dogs do your work for you. Let your armies be the rocks in the trees and the birds in the sky, as they say. Alright, juke him out again. We're just stalling him again because I want that last bone dog to catch up enough where it takes the aggro from me and I can get away. Man, I've got super lucky. If luck was a stat in this game, I think that Lung Rot would have 100 in luck, as all the evil creatures that were out in the desert basically came to our aid instead of attacking us. When it could have gone much, much worse than that. All right, Mr. Grass Pirate looks like he is almost completely healed up. And Lung Rot has gotten away, as the last Blood Raider is now fighting the Bone Dog, far, far behind me. And there's the Grey Desert Tower. Alright, we got our Grass Pirates. I'm going to go ahead and head back to Heng, as they have a police station right there by the front entrance, and it's not that far away. We didn't really get too far outside before we ran into trouble. Alright, my allies have got caught up with me from the tower, and they'll go ahead and mend up my arm a little bit from getting clobbered by those evil bastards. And we'll head back as a group now. I got to get Lung Rot some armor and gear, so I'll probably work on doing that. I also need to put Lung Rot into some training. Alright, so our crew of Shek warriors have returned with the crabs to the hub. They're just outside, and we defeated all those dust bandits. We're going to go ahead and head now down south to Squin on the main road, carrying our crabs along with us as giant flails and pets at the same time. It's a weapon and a pet at the same time. It's a brand new thing. New category of thing to have. A weapon pet. Alright, Cyberdax, we're going to use you too in this episode. I think I want to send our second clandestine service guy out to the west, as I'd like to scout out some of the bandit camps, not bandit camps, the slave raiding camps that we didn't get to. So we're going to go and repair up your robot parts, and we'll gear you up too. We got to get you some food and some weapons and stuff. Looks like you're almost fully tricked out, but we're going to exchange those shoes you had in your backpack for some more food. And you have plenty of bolts left, so we're in pretty good shape. We got our spare legs for doing clandestine servicey like stuff. And we're going to go ahead and go east. So the way station across the river to the east of us, we'll head over there with Cyberdax. Alright, Longrot has made it to our training tower, so let's go and grab her some clothes real quick. We'll go ahead and do the leather turtleneck so she doesn't get super encumbered with all this new gear we're about to give her. And pair of shoes, sounds good. We'll get rid of the rags, as those don't do anything anyway, except for look like they're covering me up. We got some medical supplies and robot supplies, just in case we need to heal up some allies and myself. And I guess we'll just go with the standard medium plate armor. We have the black plate armor too to not lose some stealth ability. And let's see if we can find a armored rag or something like that to put on. I think we had one up here in the second chest on the next floor. And let's go ahead and move Marissa downstairs too, as she's training from between the stairs, which is super awkward. So let's go and grab some more of the stuff out of the chest, and I don't think we really need to worry about healing up, as we don't have a huge gash. We're only missing 23% of our health on the arm, so that will come back just by training. Alright, throw a mask on too, and let's see what we got downstairs. We need to get some weapons too. We don't have a whole lot to choose from, as this place doesn't hold a lot of gear, and we've already equipped up a couple different people since the last supply drop. But we do have a couple sabers, and sabers have that plus to defense, which would be great for a newbie. This one here, the foreign saber, has a +8 to defense, and the other one's a little bit better against spiders, but we really don't have a lot of spiders out here in the desert. So we're going to go ahead and take the +8 saber. And it looks like we also have a katana in there too we can use as a one-hander. At least until we get something better, as it's just a high-grade one. Alright, so this one, yes please, I'll take that, and the samurai sword. And let's see, could also start some training here real quick. Yeah, our stats are just terrible. Strength is real low. We need pretty much just basic combat experience, so we're going to go and start her out on a training dummy, so if she gets into a fight, she at least knows how to fight. Alright, we got the grass part all the way back up to the entrance of Heng without any incident, and let's see if we can get through here without having a problem with the guards. Looks good so far. Here's the police station. We're going to go and drop them here, and we'll pick up our couple of faction points. I think we were -3 when we come in here, so we'll see if this will get us to, I think it's 2 faction points we get, so a -2. And of course we got our 3,000 bucks too. Yeah, it did. I didn't show it on camera, but we did get that. Alright, this is Lars. He's made it all the way down south of the Berserker camp, so we're going to go now through the grid and keep going south to Wayfort. And we crossed the river so far with Cyberdax. We still got to go to the east, so I'm going to go send him out there. And we just made it here to Shek too, with the Shek with Tora the Fearless. So all these Shek actually are going to stay in the city, as I want them to occupy these houses that we built here and run the industry. We have several different things already ready to go, so we just wanted them to get some basic training over at Guero before they stayed here permanently. Alright guys, drop your crabs, you bony bastards. It's time to occupy your new homes here at Squin. So we'll go ahead and get each of these. Electra has a crab, I think Bertha. All the Shek ladies like their giant crabs, so we'll get the crabs, I guess, to go ahead and follow Tora the Fearless, and we'll pull the new residents of Squin here outside. We might also take some locals here after we get 4 of them in their jobs and stuff like that to kind of help out with some of the other facilities. As we have 4 houses here we've built up in Squin, and we'll definitely have more than enough work for more like 6 people, I would say. So 4, they're going to be busy all the time. I'm going to go ahead and speed up time here real quick just to show how I assign some of the duties out, and so you can get a quick glimpse of some of the facilities I have inside these different houses. This first one here is going to be the food for the town. So we're going to go ahead and be making green fruit and rice and then turning it into rice bowls, basically, or Gohan they call it in this game. So that is what Joan of Heart is going to do. So both farming and then cooking are kind of the main jobs in this first base, and also has a lot of bedding too for anybody who comes through town here. Alright, we're going to move everybody up to the next house, which I set up as a biofuel making center. And I guess we'll go ahead and take embers inside on this one. So down below we got our storage for biofuel, and up here on the roof is where we actually will craft it. And the biofuel is made with green fruit up there on the roof too, so I'm signing duties right now to make him grow the green fruit and store the green fruit and then put it into the biofuel makers and then store it down below. And up here we got some backup power and some of the windmills too to help power the city for the Shek and for us. If you noticed too earlier, we have crossbows up on the roof that the Shek can use and kind of help protect the city with. So in this third house, we're going to go ahead and have Bertha be making medical supplies. So we're going to grow hemp here in the back and then store hemp, and then we'll turn it into cloth with the machines downstairs. And then upstairs, we'll go ahead and have her craft bandages, sleeping bags, and splint kits here on this little thing, and store them in the 6 bins here underneath the tarp. And then if anybody here from Squin or passing through Army needs any kind of medical supplies, will be ready to go. We can also sell them too here at the stores nearby. Also got a backup battery and some other good stuff in there too, just for good measure. And then finally, last place. Well, first let's go ahead and grab some food here with embers. We're going to go ahead and grab some backup sandwiches and store them in our food bins, as it's going to take us a little bit of time to get our first harvest and our first round of Gohan going. So I always like to sock away a little bit of food from one of our other societies, or just buy some here so no one goes hungry. There we go. And then finally, I guess we have Electra left. I wanted to go ahead and make some rum. So in this one, we're going to do both cheese sticks and rum, as our main harvest in the 4th building is cactus. As we're kind of out in the desert, it's a good place for it. So we'll go ahead and make rum first, and then cheese sticks as kind of a secondary, as this is sort of a backup, quickly made food source. One thing I forgot in this house, though, is we need somewhere to store the rum. So I'm changing out some of the places to sit with rum storage areas. But yeah, got everybody assigned for their duties. So now we're going to go ahead and take Tora and the crabs, and we'll go back up to Guero. I'm also going to grab Electra, Bertha, Joan of Heart, and Embers, and make them diplomats, as they're now the diplomats of Squin. As it's not a town we actually hold, but they're allies of ours, and it's kind of a critical location too between Peak Top and the hub and Guero, so this would be a good place to hold. Alright, we're headed back up. Alright, meanwhile, back at Peak Top Forge, I'm going to go ahead and do a supply drop. Something I do to make money here for the guild. So I take all of the armor that's basically not masterwork quality, so specialist and stuff, or lesser, and I'll sell it down at some of the merchants, either with the Shek or at the Rebel outpost nearby, mostly. And then occasionally, if we run out of options too, we'll go and sell to the Holy Nation, depending on what it is, of course. So I'm just going to pick through this. We got 4 Garu that follow me around town, and every once in a while I'll just totally load them up on gear we've made. I got Wesley and Leroy Jenkins making a lot of the armor, and then we got Voodoo and Justice making a lot of the weapons. Cyberdax actually makes good weapons too, but just not as often as he's usually off on special missions. Alright, back over here at Guero, our crabs have returned, and we have Tora the Fearless back with her city, and training upstairs. So until we get some new recruits, this is going to be it for a little bit of time. I guess we'll go ahead and take Sheldon, Whoopins, and Kraken off the bodyguard mode, and we'll stick them over by the food, as I really just want them to have enough to eat, and then when trouble comes through, help us pinch our way out of a problem, and maybe claw a couple eyeballs out and stuff like that for the good of the Shek. So we'll send them over there to the troughs to eat with our pack guru from this city, which are Champ and Blue, and they can hang out and just chill for a little bit while we make weapons and armor here in Guero. So we got Zelik and Opal inside, and stocking away some new supplies, as they're probably making steel that will get turned into weapons here. Down by the farm at Guero, we got hit by what looks like some more dust bandits, as they're pretty prevalent around this neck of the woods. But won't be any problem with the guys like Thum. You see that? I just took that guy's arm off and hit his two buddies for 100 each. These guys are absolute mad lads. Or maybe it's mad Sheks. I don't know. There's not really a saying that goes along with that. But these little bony bastards can definitely pack a punch. That wasn't so hard. 57-13. But wow, these guys have no chance. Good, it looks like some of our rum barrels are getting finished being constructed over at Squin. As I think I had Electra go pick up 2 of the building materials kits. And they're getting them finished up. So we got Embers, Bertha, and Electra kind of all helping out on engineering in town. So now we can actually store our rum. Alright, back at the Grey Desert Tower, I found a plastic surgeon who had come into town. So we're going to go and use a plastic surgeon to change her name, as I've been wanting to change Dream Slinger to Dreama for a little while. I think I already customized her features, though. Let's just check real quick. Yeah, she's good. She looks pretty badass. So we'll just go and rename her here to Dreama. And then I also want to change Lungrot's name, as it's just a terrible name. We'll probably call her something like Laura. It sounds like a good name. So, and I don't think we have a Laura yet, so we'll go with Laura for Lungrot. Alright, Dreama. And let's see, Lungrot. Wow, she's encumbered with all that armor added on her. And her low, 1 strength. She's at 59% encumbrance, so she's not going to be doing long hikes anytime soon. That's alright, we all start somewhere, right? It's like anything you do in life, the more you practice, the better you get at it. You want to become a skilled musician, you want to levitate a sword in front of you, you got to practice. So we'll go ahead and change up Lungrot's or Laura's features now, as I'm going to rename her. There you go. No more crappy parent name or slave name. And we'll make her better looking and give her a little bit of hair, as she's no longer shaved bald, at least, and put her gear back on. There you go, Laura. Much better. And let's get her back on training. She was doing, looks like weapon melee attack, and she's already up to 11, so that's pretty impressive. She's a quick learner. And then I guess second we'll probably work on her strength, as she has 1 strength, and we want to get her up to where she's not going to be encumbered with all her armor and stuff like that. And we have a couple, or actually I think we just have 1 weight bench, but that should be enough, as I'm pretty sure the person who's training on it now is done. Hey, if you guys are enjoying this series, please remember to give me a like down below. I'd appreciate that. You don't want to be a level 1 at clicking the like button, so definitely click it so you can level up to be a mad lad at clicking the like button. Alright, we are all the way down at Wayfort, so I'm going to go and send Lars out to the east now from here. And let's see how Cyberdax is doing. Cyberdax is also over at the Outlaw Bar, or whatever you want to call it. So we need to send him to the northeast to get up to Way Station Tower, or the Gray Tower. Alright, let's see here. Let's go ahead and dump some of our supplies. We have all our gear here. I'm going to speed up time so you can see just how much money you can earn from one of these supply drops. So watch my cash down there, but we're over 3 million right now in cats, as most of the stuff sells for a pretty good penny. 31. And 1 more here. There we go, 3.2 million. Not bad. And we could probably do another run or two. So I'm going to send Wraulin back up home to grab some more supplies. Alright, in my adventuring out to the east, I found a new place. It's called Tengu's Vault. And not really sure what to expect, but it's daytime here, and I'm pretty sure this place is off limits. So I'm going to go ahead and wait till night, and then we'll use my stealth to go inside and check out what there is to see in Tengu's Vault. Hopefully some good treasure or something in there that will be of interest. Maybe some AI cores, that would always be nice. And then we probably need to go look around the area too, see what else there is to see. I'm going to go switch my legs out here real quick for my stealth legs. Oops, I think I dropped one. Where's my leg at? There we go. Pick up your legs, damn it. Don't leave them laying on the floor. There we go. Got both our legs back in our backpack and our 2 stealth legs on. And it is now nighttime, so we're going to sneak inside. Let's jump up on the ramp. There's lots of guards here, so whatever is in here must be pretty important. And they're not low-level guards either. They look like they're pretty formidable. So the key here is not to get seen, as these are all United Cities guys. They're not Traders Guild or some other faction that I'm not interested in, so I definitely want to avoid being seen if at all possible. And seeing as I'm well over 100 stealth, 100 plus 34, should be no problem as long as there's no tripwires or anything in here that will set the guards off as soon as I pick up something critical. Looks like on this floor we got some different boxes and treasure chests and stuff like that, but I'm not really interested too much in loot unless it's a metal weapon, but those usually come off boss NPCs, so I'm not too worried about it here. There's a generator in the back. I was kind of wondering if it could pull fuel out or something, but it looks like it's out of fuel anyway. Though I think there was a little bit still in the reserves, so the power is on, unfortunately. It's hoping to kick the power off. That'd be great. I hope in Kenshi, too, they have something like that where you can disable the power of a facility. All right. Wow. Looks like this is actually a prison up here on the top floor. So, interesting. That's what we got in Tengu's Vault. Let's talk to one of the prisoners here. As Yabutu of the Sands. Let me out. Let me out of here. So I asked what he did. He says he stole some green fruit. Doesn't deserve to be in Tengu's Vaults. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think we're going to rescue this guy. He doesn't seem too happy about that. Can only take one. I just want to see what my choices are first before we choose someone to rescue. He had some good stats, though. I noticed he was like really high in martial arts, where this guy's crappy in martial arts. And another, it's like more generic prisoner. It was actually named his prisoner. If his parents named him prisoner, that was very foretelling. Definitely picked the name right. Another person named Prisoner, and Screamy. Alright, I gotta go talk to Screamy, though he might tip the guards off if he lives up to his name. They lie slumped, staring distantly. Okay. Well, Screamy is not in the best of spirits as he's been in prison for a while. Yeah, Mina, is that you? Mina, Nami, Mina, ah? Okay, Screamy is insane. Ag, he says loudly as I decide I don't want to talk to him anymore. I think we'll pass on Screamy. I love the name, though. It's funny. And prisoner spit in my face, so you're not getting rescued today, prisoner. Besides that, your stats are garbage. Let's go around here. We got some more people. Ooh, someone's coming up on me. Let's hide. Looks like he didn't see me. I popped out of stealth there, though, so I better get back in stealth. Someone named Hex. Hey, what are you in for? Sticking it to the Empire. Fuck Tengu. All right. So I'll say, hang in there. I'm getting you out. And she says, gotta say, didn't expect a breakout from the vault. I bet you didn't. But I like your fighting spirit, so we'll go ahead and take you with us. Meanwhile, back down south, we've made it to the Fish Island with Lars, and I think what we're going to do here is see if we can find another Alpha Gurgler, or we might even go hit up the tower and see if we can take the King Gurgler and kidnap them and make them one of our new trainees. I want to see how a fishman does in the clandestine services, see if we can train the fishmen in stealth, because they have really high stats, like better than any other race in the game, even better than skeletons. But they do have to eat, so that's a downside, but they can be weaned off human flesh. So if we can get them to eat some green fruit and work with us, that'd be the most ideal circumstance. Let's jump in here to the tower and see what we got. There might also be some supplies of interest. Let's see, we got some gurgler eggs, interesting, and skeleton muscles and stuff like that. The CPU unit, so let's see what we can pick up here from this. Also something called a camp fish pile. Alright, let's look around, see if we can find anything interesting or valuable that we can pick up. Guess we'll, I don't see anything that looks like a metal box, which is usually where the good loot is, so I'm just gonna skip the first floor. And we'll see what we got up here on the next one. Got more fish piles. We do have some generators, though they're not working, obviously, as this place is dark. Aha, here's some metal boxes. Now this is usually where the good stuff is. Alright, wow, there's a bunch of gurglers walking up the ramp right now. It looks like that's the king gurgler, too. So we're gonna have to go up there and see if we can stealthily go in and knock out the king gurgler and run off with him. And Lars has got some of the best assassin ability of anybody in my clan, so... oh wow, masterwork, nice. Yeah, we're going to grab that. Masterwork, anything that's still pretty hard to come by. And those are... Drifters leather jackets are actually really great for crossbow shooters. So I'm going to go and get that for somebody who's an archer. Now, I have to be conscious about not overweighting myself here. But if I can find some AI cores, that's one thing I do need. We have a masterwork arm. Not bad, but it's not a highly desirable arm, so I might leave that here just so we don't get overburdened right now. And come back here later and maybe pick it up. We have plenty of the engineering plans and science books already. In fact, I think we have our research station completely packed full of books and engineering plans over at the hub, but we just don't need them. The only thing I really need is I need AI cores still so we can research some of the different types of skeleton arms that we can make ourselves. But I think that's all the research we have left unless we get some other mods. Alright, just checking here real quick to see if we have any AI cores, as I probably will go ahead and take one of those. Alright, this is the Kata #1 weapon. Not fantastic. So let's go ahead and head upstairs and see what we can do about that alpha gurgler. I am going to be wrapping up the episode here in a little bit. If you guys are enjoying this Kenshi series, definitely make sure to subscribe, as I plan on doing more of these. And let me know that you guys are enjoying this series here of Kenshi 365. As we'll definitely be doing some battles here soon. I'm going to plan on hitting the Manhunters with an army here in one of the upcoming episodes, so you can definitely check that out. Looks like we have mostly just gurglers and alpha gurgler guards here, but my plan is to sneak in without any of them seeing me. We'll come in behind here. Looks like I got an 81% chance to stealth knock out the king gurgler, and I got it. It was a little bit risky, but not that much. Only a 19% not to knock him out. It's a little bit of delayed reaction there. And we picked him up, and looks like we're going to get him without any problem. Let's see if we can get out of here without getting seen. Oh no! They saw me, so you guys are going to have to tune in next time and see how this goes down. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.